Imagine being the most followed person on TikTok, loved around the world, invited to the Met Gala, partnered with top fashion brands, and then getting kicked out of America. Yep, that just happened to Kabay Lame.
TikToker Kabay Lame was allegedly told to leave the United States. The 25-year-old, who was among the world's most followed users on the popular video app, was reportedly asked to leave the country after the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE.
Let's rewind. Kabay Lame, born in Senegal and raised in Italy, is a 25-year-old content creator who rose to fame during the COVID-19 lockdowns. He didn't say a word, but his facial expressions did all the talking. He mocked complicated life hacks by doing them the simple way, and the internet fell in love.
Oh my God! Wow!
There you go.
His style? Deadpan reactions, exaggerated facial expressions, and pure simplicity. He never needed flashy effects, music, or even language. That's what made him relatable across cultures and continents. In a world filled with noise, Khaby made silence loud. What started as videos filmed in his small apartment quickly transformed into a global empire. Within months, his follower count skyrocketed, catching the attention of influencers, brands, and media outlets around the globe. By 2022, he officially became the most followed creator on TikTok, surpassing even long-standing platform giants like Charli D'Amelio. Today, he has over 162 million followers on TikTok, 80 million on Instagram, and millions more on YouTube. Brands like Hugo Boss, Sony, Walmart, and even UNICEF have partnered with him. He's earned an estimated $20 million in 2024 alone. So how did he go from social media royalty to getting booted from the US? It started when Khaby traveled to the US on April 30th. Everything seemed fine. He hit the red carpet at the Met Gala in New York, posted content, did his thing, but behind the scenes, something wasn't right. On June 6th, at Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, ICE, US Immigration and Customs Enforcement, detained him. Why? They claimed he overstayed his visa. Now normally that can trigger deportation, but in Khaby's case, he was granted something called a voluntary departure. That means he was allowed to leave the country without getting a black mark on his immigration record. If he had been officially deported, he might have been banned from re-entering the US for up to 10 years. So yeah, he left, quietly. No TikToks about it, no public statement, just gone. But that didn't stop fans and the media from going wild. Why didn't Khaby renew his visa? How long was he overstaying? Why didn't his team catch this? And the biggest question of all, will he be allowed back? We don't have all the answers. ICE hasn't released full details about the type or duration of his visa, and Khaby hasn't commented, but this situation goes deeper. It's not just about one creator overstaying a visa. Khaby's detention happened during a time of growing immigration crackdowns in the US, especially under President Donald Trump's returning influence. Protests have erupted in cities like Los Angeles, New York, and Atlanta over ICE raids. Trump even mobilized the National Guard to handle demonstrations.
California National Guard troops were moved in at the order of President Trump. This is the first time since 1965 that a president has ordered troops in over the objections of the governor. He did it on his own authority. California Governor Newsom condemned the action as inflammatory, called on the administration to rescind it, said they were manufacturing a crisis.
While Khaby's case might not be political, it happened in a politically charged moment. Immigration issues are under the spotlight, and celebrities aren't exempt. What makes this even more surprising is how public Khaby's presence was in the US. This wasn't a quiet visit. He had just been at one of the most watched fashion events in the world, the Met Gala, posing for cameras alongside global icons. That kind of visibility makes it hard to believe this was simply a paperwork oversight. And here's something else. Khaby didn't even become an Italian citizen until 2022. He grew up in Italy from the age of 1, but wasn't officially recognized until just 2 years ago. That sparked another wave of headlines back then, about immigration, identity, and what it means to belong. This entire episode raises a bigger question. How do we treat global talent when borders and bureaucracy collide with creativity? For someone like Khaby, whose whole appeal lies in being relatable and universal, no language, no politics, just reactions, it's ironic that he's now wrapped up in red tape. Fans all over the world are expressing frustration and confusion. Many are asking how the US government could allow such a popular, globally celebrated figure to slip through the cracks of the visa system. After all, Khaby wasn't hiding. He was on red carpets, shooting brand campaigns, and even attending high-profile charity events. His presence was anything but secret. Some immigration experts have weighed in, saying that overstays are more common than people think, especially among travelers attending multiple events or managing hectic international schedules. But when it comes to someone in the spotlight, the fallout hits harder. There's also growing conversation around how visa systems are outdated for today's global influencers. Unlike musicians or actors who tour with well-documented schedules, content creators move quickly. They attend events, film content, meet fans, all without traditional tour structures. It raises questions about how countries should adapt their immigration processes to accommodate digital careers. Khaby's case might even start a broader discussion in the creator community. Should influencers be given a special visa category like athletes or performers? Should there be more flexible arrangements for international creators who generate millions in revenue and cultural value? Because let's face it, Khaby isn't just a TikToker, he's a global brand, and whether governments like it or not, the internet has no borders. When creators cross physical ones, things can get complicated fast. Now, imagine if Khaby had decided to speak out. Imagine if he posted a video talking about the detention, maybe using his classic silent reaction to poke fun at the process.
Now I'ma ask you this straight, buddy. Are you a threat to national security? Are you mocking me? Are you making fun of the US government? Now looky here, mister. You're walking on thin ice, pal.
When the government forgets, you don't need words to roast them.
Now wait a gosh darn second. Am I trending now? Man, you cool as hell, buddy.
The video would have gone viral instantly. Millions would watch, share, and meme it into history. But Khaby stayed quiet, just like he always does. And somehow, that silence said everything. Now, imagine the irony. The guy who became famous for wordlessly mocking the absurdity of life gets caught in an absurd system himself. What's wild is that Khaby's brand was never political. He didn't rant, he didn't criticize, he just raised an eyebrow, waved his hand, and showed us how to keep it simple. And maybe that's exactly why this story hit people so hard. Here's someone who became a global icon by saying nothing, doing nothing controversial, and yet still got caught in the chaos. So, what happens now? Khaby posted an Instagram story tagged in Sao Paulo, Brazil, so he's definitely not in the US, and there's no news yet on whether he'll apply for a new visa or attempt to return. But one thing's clear, fans are waiting. Meanwhile, other creators are getting nervous. With immigration enforcement rising, artists and influencers are double-checking their papers. Some are even canceling US appearances altogether. Khaby's story might just be the beginning. In a strange way, this whole thing could become another viral moment. Not because Khaby planned it, but because the internet never forgets. Maybe his next TikTok won't be about fixing a broken kitchen drawer. Maybe it'll be about how not to get detained at the airport. Or maybe, true to his brand, he'll say nothing at all. Just raise an eyebrow, shrug, and walk away from the camera. And honestly, that would say it all.